Good morning. I'm Timothy Brown. I'm the CEO of ROI Corporation. We are a professional practice appraisal and brokerage firm. We trade in dentistry, veterinary, and optometry right across Canada. I'm here today with Natalia Decius. She's the president, CEO, and owner of Vitamin D Marketing. Our company, ROI Corporation, has retained Natalia for a number of projects over the years, website, social media, graphic design, a multitude of services. We're very thrilled with her service, and that's why we're here. This is a testimonial that I'm filming with Natalia because we believe in her, we believe in small business people, and we believe that the clients we serve, mostly healthcare professionals in Canada, are not managing their websites, their graphics, their presentation, their image, their marketing, and more importantly, their social media content. They're not managing it well only because they're too busy. And a lot of our clients say that they assign that down to a spouse or a staff member, and dental practice in particular is chaos right now. It's a very different world for you in the dental industry. So Natalia, tell me a little bit about what you do. Maybe you could give us a couple of screenshot demonstrations of some of your work, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Timothy, for having me this morning. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia Decius. Like Timothy said, I am the owner of Vitamin D Marketing and Design. I've spent the last 15 years of my professional career working primarily in marketing and servicing healthcare professionals across Canada. I provide a variety of marketing programs for dentists, optometrists, veterinarians, and other small, medium-sized businesses. Anything from importance of building a brand, variety of digital marketing programs, including websites development, social media presence, and depending on businesses' specific goals, my job is to basically bring those goals into reality and help them achieve specific business goals that they've set for themselves.
So give us a little sample on a screenshot, if you could, of some of the things you've completed for some of your clients.
Yeah, sounds great. So I figured maybe we'll share some website projects that I have done, and then maybe I'll give you some samples of some social media as well. So if you can just give me one quick second. Right. So this is one website project that I have done for a practice that started about 2 years ago in Schomberg. Schomberg is a smaller town community just outside of Toronto. It was a practice startup. So we started with everything, including brand development, website design, social media, doing some local community programs. The one thing that you'll find is a lot of the work that I do, because I work primarily with dentists, is just the fact that I can manage a complete solution from beginning to end. So the doctor really is primarily hands-off, aside from providing approval or sign-off on things. I manage the design, the content development, the sourcing of the images. If I'm coming out with the photographer, managing that portion as well, video creation, so it can really help them bring it all into reality. One big thing that has started happening kind of post-COVID, well, we're still in COVID, but after dental offices have reopened, is the ability to provide virtual consultations. So virtual consultations are a great tool for anyone that wants to do a little bit more bigger cases, smile makeovers, where a potential patient can submit some information about themselves along with maybe specific concerns that they have about their smile. And that can be submitted to a dental office. Then the doctor kind of reviews, and it can have an actual Zoom video chat, just like Timothy and I are having right now, to talk about some goals and some kind of high-level strategies of how they could accomplish that through specific treatment plans. So that's something that's kind of new. Everything else is pretty standard. Anything from, kind of about meet the dentist, meet the team, showcasing their technology. And it really is a great way to set some great first impression for the practice. So that's a little bit about their website. They also have a social media presence as well too. So I share it. So they're on Instagram as well as on Facebook. So if you see, everything that they do is very consistent as it relates to their brand. So anytime you look at their feed, it all works very well together. It's also about creating good engagement amongst the following that they have. Here's just another example of social media presence that I manage for a client in Mississauga. Again, so you'll see their branding is visible on everything they do. So even if somebody is not an existing patient, but their brand is on everything they do. During COVID, even though practice was closed for a certain amount of time, they did a very good job of sharing everything, just staying connected with their patients and the local community around them. Once they did reopen, anything that they were doing to keep patients safe, that was something that was very important to share. The fact that they were handling dental emergencies and how they were handling them, all the new protocols. So those are just like a little quick sample of what I can do, or what we can do.
I just wanted to mention that when you were on one of the websites previously, there was a Meet the Team, not just Meet the Dentist. When we're performing appraisal, when we perform an appraisal of a dental practice, we often, naturally, we gather the names of the staff and who's working there. And we also visit our client's website. And quite often we will find on the team page that there are team members mentioned on the website that are no longer working there.
Yes.
Because it's a responsibility to, people come and go in all industries, and maybe a staff member moves on or changes cities. And quite often we'll find that the list of staff that is provided is not consistent with the staffing on the website. And I know that's work. It requires new photography. It requires new biography, adding and deleting people. Have you noticed the same thing, that many websites are out of date when it comes to Meet the Team and Meet the Dentist?
Yes, absolutely. I see it all the time. I find that a lot of dental offices just don't stay on top of it. And you have team members sometimes that have been gone for years that haven't been removed. And as a general rule, the industry standard is that you should, at the very least, you should be updating your website, doing like a major overhaul within every 2 years. But in terms of regular updates, they should be happening every month. It doesn't have to be anything major, but if it's something that needs to be noted, or it should certainly be reflected on the website itself. One thing that I did want to say, a big part of good website design is also making sure that we're connecting with our target audience. So for instance, a dental website and social media presence for somebody that's in more of a rural setting should be a little bit different from somebody that's, let's say, in downtown Toronto, that's very much about kind of like a cool, hip vibe. So for instance, this is a dental office in Schaumburg. They're pretty progressive, but it's still it's not too flashy. It's fairly simple. But I'll show you a quick sample of a website in downtown Toronto. It has a completely different vibe. Like, they're very artsy, they're into graffiti. So their website, like you see, looks completely different than somebody else that's more of in a smaller town. So I would certainly be watching for that to make sure that it's not just any template. The website should really reflect the personality of the office and the owners as well, for sure.
I know that in website design, there's an abundance of free templates available from various services, and some people have gone and populated their own website. They upload some images, they type some text, and now they have a website. And you can do that for free or very little cost in many instances, but they all start to look standardized and very, very vanilla after a while, and you start to see the same templates appearing, and there's no customization. There may be a logo, but that's not really a brand development. That's just some cut and paste logo. So I think that the profession needs to stop and maybe invest a little bit of time and energy into personalizing. And like you say, like, it has to be the vibe that's consistent with your patient profile and your target dental audience, your patient audience. Like you say, this one's hip, it's got graffiti. Others are country style. I've seen some that are all about wood and, you know, stuffed fish on the wall. I've seen it all. But my observation is that the profession is busy. It's focusing on clinical treatment and patient communication, which is the primary goal of a healthcare practice. But if we're going to compete in this overly saturated world of professional practice, particularly in dentistry, not only do you need a robust website, but that has to be linked and consistent with all the other social media you employ. And for patients, that's primarily Facebook and Instagram, from what I understand. I'd prefer to stay on LinkedIn. That's really my wheelhouse for communication with my client base.
Yep.
I think that we, as business owners, need to stop, maybe do a reset. If you have a brand, brands can always be refreshed. We tweaked our company logo recently, just modernized it a bit. And we're constantly updating our website with Natalia's help, because we are adding a lot of new staff. Nobody's left in a long time, which I'm very proud to say, but we're adding people. So we're adding them to the website, biographies, featuring them on our social media. So I think that we, as business professionals, need to stop and take this much more seriously. We used to just mail out flyers, and some dentists used to be in the yellow pages. Those days are long gone. And social media is a job. Social media is like a child. It needs to be fed regularly and daily, consistently, and it must be managed professionally with branding and messaging. And it's really not very well managed, as I've noticed, when the doctor or a busy staff member is trying to do it in some haphazard fashion.
Yeah.
Natalia, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. If someone wants to reach you, how do they get in contact with Vitamin D Marketing?
You can certainly visit my website. It's vitamindmarketing.com. You can send me an email to natalia@vitamindmarketing.com, or you can call me. My number is on my website, and we will also share it at the end of this video.
Just before we sign off, can you just screenshot your website, please?
Yes, I can. Putting me on the spot, Timothy, like.
Well, we didn't practice, and there's no script. So there you go, folks. Vitamin D, orange and blue are two of my favorite colors. I love your orange background, and that's everything you need to know right there. If you're looking at the screen right now, you can see the website up in the left, vitamindmarketing.com. Natalia Decius is the president and CEO. Natalia, you're doing a great job to help ROI Corporation manage its social media, because it's a very demanding job, and we don't have the
pleasure.
And we've subcontracted to Natalia, and you're doing a wonderful job. Thanks for joining me today, Natalia.
Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate the time.